Yo, I'm back to talk about the Nataruk, another quest weapon. You get it at the end of the new war. We've talked about the Broken Scepter, we've talked about the Zorus. I was going to talk about the Broken War, but I didn't want to talk about another melee weapon again. So today we're talking about the Nataruk. You get it at the end of your new war quest. They'll said twice now, but it comes with 4V polarities already on it and a catalyst because it's a quest weapon when you get it from your mailbox. So this thing is pretty much a beast as soon as you get it. And I'll be showing you my two builds here, like for the last two quest weapons. A build that you can chuck on as soon as you get it. You should have all the mods. And then a build you can make when you get to the end game with this thing and you start getting some galvanized mods and steel path arcanes. Now, I do have to go switch the builds real quick. I have the end game build on because that's my primary one. No peeking. Ooh, quick switch. You didn't get to see at it. All right. So these are level 70 Skuldra. These are about the level you'll be fighting in the base star chart around the time you get to 1999. Just the highest level star chart enemies. They're level 70 Skuldra. And this is my like beginner build. You should have all the mods going here. If I don't mess up the charge shot, the special gimmick of the Nataruk, if you let go in the little special area that's marked, it turns into like an AoE weapon basically. And that was with my baby build. Like I said, a catalyst and 4V polarities off rip is pretty dang strong. All right, now I will switch over to the Steel Path build. It has galvanized mods and the Merciless Arcane, so it does take a couple shots to ramp up. And we'll switch to the typical Steel Path Oricon group here. And this will showcase the endgame build that I like to use. I got some red crits going because of the one galvanized mod. We got tons of damage going because of our Merciless Arcane. Boop. And then, yeah, we're chilling. Boop. Got that guy. So those are both my builds versus, your normal Star Chart group that you'll probably be facing and against our Steel Path working group. And this bow's a monster, like I said. It has crazy base stats, tons of crit chance, tons of crit damage. And it's just a powerhouse of a primary weapon. I mean, this thing is amazing. They give you a free endgame weapon for doing the new war, so, what's not the love? Now it's time to talk about the builds here. First build number one. This is the beginner build. Everything on here is pretty solid and lovely. There's nothing to really complain about. We have Serration for our base damage. We have Point Strike and Vital Sense for crit chance and crit damage. We're modded for Viral Heat. And we have Split Chamber for multi-shot. I mean, everything here is pretty standard when you're a new player to the game. The hardest thing to acquire here is the 60/60 mods. And as I would say, if you don't have the 60/60s, and they're called 60/60s because they have 60% damage and 60% status chance. I know the lingo can get pretty confusing for people sometimes. But if you don't have those, I would just use your blue mods and use them at a low level. I think they're 6 base, so it's not the end of the world. They would still do just fine on the star chart on the level of enemies you're fighting. And the only thing here, I think Rifle Elementalists, you can only get it from enemies in the Jade game mode that you unlock after the Jade Shadows quest. I think you can only get the Jade Shadows quest after the new war. So I could be wrong. But if you don't have this could be a fire rate mod, this could be a bane mod, this could be whatever. And you do a decent amount of slash damage with the Nataruk, so you don't need to mod for heat. Uh, so these two slots could honestly be flex, or if you just don't have a lot of these mods, you can just have 2 empty slots when you get this thing. But this is what I would use. This is what I like to run if I was new to the game or I just got my bow, depending what mods I have and don't have. But everything else here is pretty simple to get. You should have them. Um, Most of them, at least, by the time you finish the new war, and you'll be cooking with this thing for a while with this setup. All right, now we go on to I have a lot of stuff unlocked, and I can start maxing out weapons. Um, Galvanized scope, that's what it's called for crit chance. Trying to think off the top of my head. Um, Tons of crit chance. This is just awesome for hitting red crits. If you don't really care about red crits, this thing does a lot of damage by itself. You could pop on Prime Shred. That is a very good mod of this bow, in my opinion. Pop on like Prime Shred and then Critical Delay. That's a good switch up. It is more damage and whatnot, I believe. But I don't think you need it. I prefer this. I prefer putting Zero Forma. Forma is expensive for a lot of people. You know, not everyone just has boatloads of plat to buy a bunch of Forma bundles with. So I like this. This is what I've always been running with since I've gotten this thing. Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, Point Strike, Vital Sense, Crit Chance, Crit Damage, and Viral Heat. And we have Elementalist. It's almost the same exact build. We've just dropped Serration for more mods here. All right. And we have Primary Merciless. There's nothing insane going on here from one build to the other. And that's it. As for upgrades you could make, one singular thing I would change about my build is I would probably use Longbow Sharp Shot once I got it maxed out. I don't have it maxed yet, sadly. But once I do, I will probably put this on my Nataruk over Merciless, to be honest. I feel like that bow mod is very, very good. Bow Arcane's very good. Might as well use it. And you don't even need reload speed on this thing. So, yeah. I would prefer to use Longbow Sharp Shot over Merciless if I had it. But that is my build. And one Nataruk tip, run black energy color. You won't blind yourself. It makes the projectile like next to invisible when it's charged. And if you run the regular yellow, orangish one that it gives you, you will blind yourself over time if you use this thing a lot. So I prefer black, and it makes everything nice and invisible. I'm going to go hop in a Kuva Fortress Survival. We're just going to shoot this bow straight down the hallways and have a good time, so I will see you there. Alrighty, we're back in some Kuva Fortress Survival. I picked here because of the hallways, and we can just kind of shoot down them and have an easy time with this thing. Today it is a bow with punch through, so it's not the most insane thing in the world when it comes to keeping life support up. It's just more of like a damage single target monster, even though we're just kind of mowing down hordes of these. And your typical mission, you know, everything is pretty spread out, and they're not going to be running at you in a straight line. So I figured here is the best place to show this off. Yeah, but you will have a very easy time with this thing in any mission, anything the game decides to throw at you later on. Sure, I'm picking up this life support here, so we don't get too low and fail the mission here. Absolute chill time. Honestly, there's no complaints from me with this bow. I mean, comes with a free catalyst, comes with 4V polarities. I mean, what's there not to love? And I keep, like, flicking and unaiming and aiming back in with this thing. I need to, like... I don't know why I do that with bows, specifically. I kind of just flick, flick, flick. Kind of annoying, but that's all me. But yeah, this thing's a monster. And you can only imagine with all the damage numbers on your screen, on top of... If I had the orange energy color on, or like a bright energy color, it would be pretty nightmare fuelish when it comes to like being able to have readability on your screen. Yeah, chill time with this gun, especially on the Kuva Fortress. This bow. Not much to say, to be honest. It's just a monster. You can run this with mag. I didn't show it off. I should have. There's a cool interaction because it's a projectile. You shoot it in mag's bubble, and it basically looks like the sun, especially if you have a bright energy color on. You will blind your teammates, but it's definitely one of Mag's better weapons to use with her bubble. She kind of loves all projectile weapons, but this one's the cream of the crop when it comes to shooting in the mag bubble. Oh, I messed up. Yeah. Definitely a bit of a skill check, making sure you get your aiming right in the sweet spot for your bonus damage. I'm not having too bad of a time. We are getting some nice red crits with an exclamation point, you know? Feels pretty good. It definitely is like a feels good man weapon, that's for sure. Just gotta lock in and keep going up. I should max out the rest of my red veil here. I won't get that much affinity, but you get those syndicates up and all your open worlds up. Get those relic packs when your Rally Prime comes out next week. I'm gonna try to go for day one as soon as she drops. Uh, I have all my open worlds maxed. I just have to max out my red veil and my void traces, and I'll be able to buy a boatload of relics day one with standing, and hopefully grind out your rally just like that, and get her D1. Uh, get her maxed out from some rad shares. Where's this acolyte at? Pretty sure we could honestly very well one-shot the acolyte with a heat proc and a slash proc. To be honest, if we hit him square on the head and we get a heat proc and a slash proc, it should one-shot the acolyte. But I'm expecting 2 to 3. We will see what happens when he spawns. What are we at? 427? That's pretty good. We are kind of cheating a little bit, using the Kuva hallways to just guide them to us. It's like a bowling alley. We got the bumpers on. But yeah, I mean, it's a good time. If you're new to the game and you just completed the War Within, stick to your Nataruk. This thing will carry you for a while. And you can upgrade it. You can carry it with you forever. Oh yeah, I just got bombarded. Oh, there he is. Oh, here comes the acolyte. Who are we gonna get? Who are we gonna get? Kill the acolyte and get out of here and extract. Mania. 1. Is it a 2-shot? Is it a 2-shot? Is it get die to our slash proc and heat proc? It's a 2-shot. We pop the shield and then we hit him in the head. I'm telling you, we could probably get one. Probably one-shot the acolyte with a headshot and a nice slash heat proc combo. But let me get to somewhere safe here and do my outro, and I'm gone. I will say right here, safe enough. That is the Nataruk. Get it from the new war quest. 4V polarities and a catalyst. Chuck on whatever mods you have and can, and this thing will carry you. And then you upgrade it with your galvanized mods and your steel path arcanes, and you'll be a beast. So that's all you need to know. That's me. I'm out of here. See ya. Bye.